Yo, what is up guys? Boy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Not sure when this video will go up. If it goes up before Christmas, hopefully you guys have a great time. If it goes up after Christmas, hopefully you guys had a great time. So there we go. Badou Jack versus Jean Pascal on the undercard of Gervonta Davis versus Yuriorkis Gamboa. I've got to say, this is a fight that certainly has my attention. I believe it's got the makings of a fan-friendly fight. And, given both guys' styles, I think it should really make for a good fight. And it's an interesting fight. Badou Jack, of course, coming off that bad defeat to Marcus Brown. And Jean Pascal is coming off an upset win over Marcus Brown. Pascal's win over Brown was really an upset of the year contender. And that win has yet again sparked more life into Jean Pascal's long career. I mean, who would have thought at the end of 2019, Jean Pascal would be coming off a win over a top 10 light heavyweight and going into a fight with Badou Jack. With a version of a world title on the line, the WBA regular belt will be on the line in this fight. Who would have thought Jean Pascal would have got back to this point? It's kind of crazy, but there we go. And, like I say, stylistically this fight should gel extremely well. Badou Jack is a textbook boxer. He is comfortable at all ranges. He's good on the inside, he's good at mid-range, and he's solid on the outside. One of those fighters that just does the basics well. Throws his shots technically correct. He's got a nice jab. He can put his shots together fairly well when he wants to. He's a good body puncher, above average power, solid chin, solid defense. Badou Jack, like I said, he's one of those fighters that does everything well. He doesn't necessarily do anything great. He doesn't have one standout attribute, but across the board, he is solid. And that's why Badou Jack has had a good career. Just a solid technician across the board. Jean Pascal, on the other hand, a lot more wild than Badou Jack. Not as fundamentally sound as Badou Jack, but certainly a more athletic fighter. He's a guy who can explode into life with a big shot or a big combination. He's got fairly quick hands when he puts them together. He's got decent punching power. He's tough, he's durable, and he always comes to fight. I think Jean Pascal's style will complement Badou Jack's style, and it will make a really good fight. Like I said, Badou Jack is fundamentally sound, but he's not a guy who gets on his bike. He usually comes forwards behind a nice tight guard. He'll try and use that jab, and he'll basically try and walk you down and slowly dissect you on the front foot. And maybe that style will be too much for Jean Pascal. Pascal struggled with that type of style against Kovalev in both fights. Kovalev was being the boxer puncher, but he was coming forwards, applying pressure, picking his spots, and Jean Pascal really struggled with that style. Obviously, Badou Jack isn't Sergey Kovalev, certainly not a prime Kovalev, but he can apply subtle pressure, he cuts the ring off fairly well, and he can find that body. And against a guy like Jean Pascal, who's been through wars, whose stamina's not great at the best of times, I think Jean Pascal, he could struggle with Badou Jack's style the longer this fight goes on. Obviously early on, Pascal has a chance because he can punch, he is explosive, he is quick, and, Badou Jack does get hit. He's kind of an upright fighter. Now, Jack does have a good defense behind that high guard, but he can get hit. You can punch around it, you can penetrate the guard occasionally, he will switch off at times, and, Badou Jack, although his defense is good, he still gets hit, and Pascal will have opportunities in this fight. It's whether he can still pull the trigger and take advantage of those. And if he's to win this fight, I think he needs to pull the trigger early and get Badou Jack out of there, because I think the longer Badou Jack's in there, the stronger he's going to get, and he'll apply the pressure, and I think he'll set a pace that Jean Pascal can't keep up with. Badou Jack historically is a slow starter, he always has been, and I think that will give Jean Pascal his chance to win this fight, and that's early on when Badou Jack isn't warmed up, when he's not got the engine running, when he's still cold. That's when Jean Pascal needs to strike. He needs to strike in the first 3 to 4 rounds. I think that's his window of opportunity to win this fight. Because like I say, the longer Badou Jack's in there, the more chances are that he'll find his rhythm, that he'll set his tempo, and he'll keep applying pressure. And I'm not sure Jean Pascal can keep up with that, especially at his age. Even at the best of times, like I say, in Pascal's prime, he never had great stamina. So, as far as I'm concerned, the longer this fight goes, the more it favours Badou Jack. And despite Jean Pascal beating Marcus Browne and Badou Jack losing decisively, I think the style matchup here favours Badou Jack, the more technically sound guy, the guy who keeps his shape better, the guy who's got a better gas tank, the guy who has more well-rounded fundamentals. I believe Badou Jack will win this fight, more than likely by a unanimous decision. Jean Pascal will be competitive in stages, but he will not be able to maintain it throughout the 12 rounds, and he won't do enough to win a points decision. That's how I see this fight going. I've got Badou Jack on points, unanimous decision. You know, Jean Pascal is very tough. He's got a great chin, even now. He showed that in the Marcus Browne fight. He got caught with some big shots, and he took them. Even now, Pascal has a great chin. Only Kovalev has stopped him. So, is Badou Jack going to stop him? I'd be surprised, to be honest. Not surprised, but I don't expect it. You know, I don't expect Badou Jack to stop Jean Pascal. So I'm going with a Badou Jack unanimous decision. Obviously, Jean Pascal has a chance, but, you know, my mind tells me Pascal loses this one on points. Share your thoughts below. Peace.